What's good? What's good? I'm just doing some laundry, and these are the best times to get some videos out. Are you seriously gonna do that? Okay. I thought someone was gonna try and back into it. Anyways, more racism! I figured I'd just continue the theme from yesterday, except this time it's racism towards me. And I know it's a clickbait title because I'm a straight white man. I cannot be the victim of racism. And that's fine, whatever. But if the roles were reversed, that would be called a microaggression, what has happened to me. And it's so funny because it happened to me twice in an identical fashion to me in 1 week. Excuse me. Okay. What happened? I ate a lot of Asian food. I love Thai food. I love teriyaki. I love pho. I love like Indian food as well. Oh my gosh, some naan. Anyways, okay. I was at an Asian place picking up some takeout. I live in a van. I eat a lot of takeout. It's fine. When it was time for me to pick up my order, the gentleman who was dispensing the food, the gentleman behind the counter, picked up the bag and was like, "Anthony?" And I look up and he looks at me, and so he knew it was my order, and he's like, "Anthony?" And I was like, "Andrew?" And he looks at the bag and he's like, "Oh, yeah, Andrew. Okay." And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure I got the right order." But, all white guys with names that start with A are just Anthony. So anyways, later on in the week, I was at a different Asian establishment picking up some food, and it was the woman behind the counter went to call my name, and she said, "I swear to God, Anthony," and looking directly at me. So it was like my order, and she was like, "Anthony," and my first thought was to double check, but then I was like, "No." I just said, it's whatever, it's fine. And I went and I got my order. I didn't even double check just because it was so comical to me at that point. And I knew that she knew it was for me because her daughter works there, and her daughter knows me by name, and her daughter and I have like conversations. It's a family operation. The daughter's part owner, the parents work there. It's really cool. And so I'll just give the daughter's first name, Nin, Nin. And it's one of those things where I truly am a people person. If you're a good person, I will give you such good energy back. And so Nin, I walk in, she looks up, she sees me, she smiles, I smile. She asks, what I'm getting. Am I getting this today or that today? And so like her mom I don't talk to her mom as much. There's a much bigger language barrier, but her mom knows. And so she just, Anthony. White guys with names that start with A are just Anthony. And so that would be a microaggression if roles were reversed, and I would just to assume her name was Nguyen, the Nyugn or whatever, however it's spelled. That name, when I first saw it, I mispronounced it, and I still mispronounce it. But I am under the impression it's Win, right? When it's like Nyugn or something, Win, what's up? Anyways. Roles reversed, racism. Straight white man, deal with it. And ultimately, I don't care. Ultimately, it's really funny to me. And I see it as an opportunity to deepen my connection with my community, if I so choose. If I choose not to be offended, not to be upset, but rather it's an establishment that I frequent, I should build a relationship with the mother as well. She literally cooked my food. I am extremely grateful for that. The food is delicious, affordable. I'm supporting a family local restaurant. Technically, it's a franchise, but it's family owned. And I love that. So I could take the route of being offended, or I could take the route of building a deeper connection with my community. I should learn the mom's name. I should maybe learn some of their language so I can say hello and goodbye and thank you in their language. We have a deaf mother who comes into our store at work. I'm going to transition to work for just a quick minute, because I do care about inclusivity. Believe it or not, not like I'm not a fucking horrible human. I'm anti-woke, but I still care about inclusivity. So there's a deaf woman who is a frequent shopper in our store, and she has a little boy, and because she's deaf, the little boy, he doesn't get the I can see that the little boy struggles with the fact that he cannot clearly communicate with his mother yet, because he's still like maybe 2 to 3, so he hasn't fully learned ASL, and he's a young boy. And so when he comes into the store, there was one time where like she lost him, and I saw the panic on her face, and I dropped everything, and I went in to look for him. And I make it a habit now when they come into the store to like, I keep my eye out on the little boy, and I actually engage with him. So we have other team members who know a little sign ASL and who are learning more as a result of wanting to better interact with this customer. So I often engage with the little boy while the other team members that I have who can communicate with her better help her. And that's community, and that's beautiful to me. And I love that. God, I love that. And so I'm reminded of a passage from the Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu, or Lao Tzu, or Lao Tzu. I've heard it said a lot of ways. It goes something to the like of, what is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's duty? And I kind of went there because there's this victim mentality that the woke people have, where they take what could be a miscommunication. The average person doesn't keep up with all of the work terminology. So they do not assume positive intent. And when there is a potential miscommunication or microaggression, they take it to the extreme of bigotry, of racism, of phobia, instead of embarking on the potential opportunity to teach or to develop a better relationship with people you share a community with. There's this thing that woke people love to say, it's not my job to educate you on like social issues if you make a microaggression. And that is a cop-out. And it's bullshit because A, if it's your job to criticize, it's your job to communicate and educate. So if it's not your job to educate, shut the fuck up. Sorry. Just that, but that's true. If you're not going to engage authentically, honestly, assuming positive intent, you're coming into it as a bad faith actor. And that's why you people are losing. That's why you people are insufferable. Just think about that for a little bit. I'm going to say it one more time. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's duty? So next time you perceive someone as a bad person because they engage, or they conducted a microaggression, that's your duty. And don't be a dick about it. Understand that they're a human too. And just say like, hey, that might have been perceived as a microaggression. Can we talk this out? Can I express why I feel that way? But understand, you're not an authority figure. You are an equal as someone sharing community with. You don't have any rights over them. They don't have any rights over you. You have to communicate and come to understandings. And if you cannot do that, then do not associate with these people. You have the right to associate with who you want to. That's all. Much love, y'all.